Welcome to another Beat Poverty story from Mosaic Ministries.
You know, the first week that we were involved in this ministry was like mind-blowing. I had a young man that came up to me and got in my face and he goes, is it true I'm going to hell just because I hustle men? And I stopped him. I put my hands up like this and I said, look, I don't know what you mean by that and I don't want to know, okay? Don't want to know. And I said, no, you don't go to hell because whatever hustle men means. I said, if you stop hustling men, you still have sin in your life. And so that's the issue, is sin in general, not sin in specific. And so I said, Jesus forgives our sins. We just have to ask him for it. And it's not about one sin. It's about the totality of our lives being led in self-satisfaction instead of depending on God. And so he, not initially, but eventually became a Christian, and many of us got to know him. He's a pretty entertaining guy. The second week we were here, a number of women came up and said, hey, that dad over there is pimping out his own daughter. So I walked up to the guy, friendly guy, big smile all the time. And I said, hey man, some of those ladies are telling me that you're selling your daughter, like you're renting out your daughter and her bedroom to some convicted sex offender. Is that true? And I was shocked when he said, yeah, what about it? I didn't get called into this ministry because I'm the nice kind of pastor that makes everything okay, and I'm more the get in your face and this is unacceptable and you're going to stop this kind of behavior or else. His statement that, yeah, what about it? It just kind of unleashed the Old Testament prophet inside of me. And I literally had him by the shoulders and he returned the favor, and we looked like two kids on a playground, just shaking each other by the shoulders. And I'm yelling on top of my lungs, this is illegal, it's immoral, it's unethical, it's a sin. I'm going to report you. You're an awful father. And he's yelling at me. He's saying, you don't live here. You don't know what it takes to provide for my family, and get out of my life. By the way, this girl, 13 years of age, would come in and she had hickeys all over her neck. She would sit in the back pew in that old church that we started in, have her arms around this guy who was 27, 28 years of age. The next day, Kelly and I went down to the parole officer, and he said, yeah, that's awful. And I said, so good, what are you going to do about it? He goes, well, we'll come out and arrest him. Days went by, nothing happened. And we didn't really want to disclose to the family that we'd gone to the parole officer, but we're waiting for this situation to end. So realizing that he hadn't done anything in the first week, I went to call the guy up and scream at him, ask for a supervisor, jump up and down on his desk and hold my breath or whatever it took to motivate him to action. My wife, who's much more wise and patient, we had about 24 volunteers back then, all college kids, and they would come over at our house one night a week, and she wrote up this guy's name and phone number, this parole officer, 24 different pieces of paper, and handed one to each of our volunteers and said, please, call this guy every day, and don't yell at him, don't act like my husband, just say, would you please, sir, intervene in this situation. And sure enough, after 2 days and maybe 50 or 60 calls, he sent the U.S. Marshals out to pick up this kid, take him back to prison. You reap what you sow. And so this U.S. Marshal shows up at the house, and the kid was in the shower at the time, and they grabbed him out of there without letting him put clothes on and took him down and threw him in jail. I think that was just rewards for that. So this is our second week, and our minds are blown, okay? This isn't anything we were prepared for, nothing we've been educated in, had no training, and Kelly would like to say that she had a talk with God, and she said, I can't watch this now pregnant 13-year-old give birth. The young girl, asked Kelly to go through labor and delivery with her. She said, I can't watch this girl give birth and have this baby that 12 or 13 years from now is going to make another baby, and 12 or 13 years later is going to make another baby. And she said, God, I can't watch this. And she felt like God saying, I didn't send you down there to watch it. I sent you down there to do something about it. Well, that's pretty motivating. And so we started looking around, and we found something called the Harlem Children's Zone. And so for the last 12 years, we've been trying to implement that model in South Toledo so that we don't have to watch another generation raise kids that are just going to raise kids again 10 or 15 years. We'll tell you more about that in another video.
If you are moved by this story and want to help beat poverty, you can donate directly at www.beatpovertytoledo.com. Also, we would appreciate it if you would like and follow our pages on both Facebook and YouTube by searching for Mosaic Ministries of South Toledo. Finally, we invite you to come take a tour of our project and operations by clicking the Take a Tour button on the website.